Welcome to the playground after dark. This is your one-stop shop for all questions, answers, and matters of that real shit. Make sure them kids ain't around, your auntie can't hear us, and granny can't see. Unless grandma a freak, 'cause it all goes down at the playground.
In the mix, would you break up over bad sex?
It all depends. If you really digging a person, you love that person, and you at that point. No, you probably would. I probably wouldn't. It all depends. The type of guy I am, I probably wouldn't. I say I probably wouldn't, because you can teach a person. If you really dig a person and you really like them, you can teach them the things about you. Because if I get with you, I don't know what you like.
Right.
So I have to communicate with you, and then you tell me what you like. You ain't gonna know what I like.
Right.
You don't know. I might want you to play with my herb, play with my but then to make you tick. We don't know each other, so I just can't say I'm gonna break up with you just because that's not fair to her. And that wouldn't be fair to me if she did to me. So I would teach her what I like, and we get to know each other more better.
It's funny you mentioned ears. I saw some of the dates that showing the dude. You want to fuck his girls. She has the open ears.
Oh, the open ear. Oh.
And he wanted to fuck it. Oh boy.
How big is that opening? Oh,
It's
my
bigger.
God.
It's bigger now.
If it's big enough to take,
It's
He
bigger
must be
now.
really small.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, keep it going.
I think that for me, it's a 50-50, right? I do agree with J Lott saying that, you know what, you can't go in doing what you did with your last mate. Everybody's different, right?
Right.
But after I done told you, and you're not coming with
You only
it,
got one time, huh?
That's my next
you will get
question.
the pink slip.
That is my next question.
I'm
So,
just saying.
What if they're not willing to learn?
Pink slip.
Big slip.
I don't tell my kids. I don't need to teach no grown person no more.
That comes with communication, though. I mean, but if they like,
No.
then I mean, that ain't for you.
If you're not willing to be coachable, teachable, that means you're about you. Therefore, we can't be about us.
That's right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's the best love right there. I'm not gonna lie. See, if I'm about you and you all about me, we should be all good.
It shouldn't be no such thing as bad sex, right?
Leave it at that. You know what I mean?
I'm with you.
So we were on to her coming out a minute ago.
Oh, okay. So me telling my husband that I love him, whatever. But I was telling him that all women have different characters, right? You have the boardroom, you have the mom, you have the wife, but then you also have the hood, right?
Right.
And then you have that southern hospitality, right? So there was one incident where me and my husband was at a club one day, and 3 ladies were sitting at a table. And she said, "Oh, you smoke cigars?" He said, "Yeah, why? Do you smoke them?" She's like, "No, I like to shop." But she didn't realize I was his wife, first and foremost. But, you know, my husband and I are in a setting like that, I don't be up on him.
Right.
You know how to behave.
You know how to behave?
Behave.
Good. Go home with me. I'm not worried about that.
That's right.
But I was actually standing on this side of the table. He was over on this side of the table speaking. And so she said, "I like to shop." And he was like, "Oh, okay." And he walked off. So she said, "Didn't nobody want his fat ass anyway?" So I kindly just walked around the table and I said, "I do."
I got his fat ass.
And I said, "I got his fat ass." I said, "Obviously it was something that you liked about him because you stopped and talked to
That's
him.
right.
You got his attention, right? But what I'm gonna tell you, what I'm not gonna do, I don't play these games about my husband. I would flip this motherfucking table over on all 3 of you hoes. Excuse my French, but that's what I said. For the record.
Oh my God.
And then I went back.
We're gonna
again.
clean it up. All 3 of you whores.
Are you elder? You whores. You want me to get proper? But I'm just saying, like, you know, don't try me. Don't let that smooth taste fool you.
Stop trying men.
Yes.
Stop trying men. That's the thing.
You
like,
saw the rain.
Right.
You saw the rain. You
when
You
she
been
didn't want
married
him, she
before?
got mad. Hold on, man. You can't get
Come
mad.
on, you can't get
All
mad.
right, so is that ring for you? Was that a magnet? Did it change the game for how it got thrown at you?
No, I mean, when you make that decision, I look at it like this. I look at everything now since I've been taught in the church I go to. It's a spiritual thing.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pause you right here. We ain't got to talk about spiritual things at this point. I want to hear saying, when you got
Right.
married, did your ring attract more women or
I know
not?
what you were saying.
We're not going with God today.
Yeah, I mean, we probably gonna keep it. I mean, it
Good.
Pussy come at you.
Come on.
yeah,
Harder
sometimes,
with the
yeah,
ring
that's
on.
anything. You got a kid, yeah, women flirt,
I
more
think
than
rings are
ever.
magnets now.
So what you was getting at is you didn't act on it.
They just
At all.
they don't care ring or not.
But it
Are you
always,
still married?
No, I'm.
So it
no,
ended
I'm
for
not.
other
I'm
reasons?
single now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think a ring is a magnet for both men and women. Men are now starting to approach married women, and I know what the reason is. Because if I got just as much to lose as you,
Yes.
yeah, because you think about it, when you
Okay.
got a little young,
So you said married men.
married men,
Okay, I'll give you that.
married men are approaching, but there are single men that are approaching married women. You know why? Because they look at stability.
But why do women like to date married guys?
Because like she said,
You want me to tell you for
stability.
real?
Why?
She knows
'Cause I
that
did
this
that.
man will pay her bill every month. Whatever bill he's trusted with,
I had-
he's gonna pay monthly.
When I initially got divorced, back then, several years ago, but anyway, I didn't want to mess with anybody that didn't have anything to lose. The reason
Because you're
being,
not gonna be the come up.
because exactly, and number two, I didn't want the attachment.
Yes. That's what
Yes,
a lot
You get what I'm
of-
saying?
A lot of people do that.
I didn't want the attachment because they had a wife,
Yes.
he wasn't trying to attach to me. We did what we did, provided what we need to provide.
Right.
I'm good. And then
But
when
then
I got
she fall in
tired,
love.
That's a
I'm
bell
just keeping
ringer
it
right
real.
there. That is
Well,
no, we haven't
That's-
touched that before.
That's a good question.
That's a bell
Eventually,
ringer.
Eventually, you gonna fall in
did you
love
fall
with
in
that.
love with them?
no, because you know what? My mind,
In her mind.
In
she
my
got it
mind. I had a made up mind.
But she got a guy mind.
Well, but no, it's not.
All right,
so
I
much
was about to
that.
ask, what's your sign?
I'm a Virgo.
Oh,
Mm.
that's a surprise.
Mhm.
That's a surprise.
But what I'm saying is that I came up with a lot of boys. You get what I'm saying?
Get it.
So that made a difference. But I had a made up mind saying, I don't want no attachment. I've been married. That nigga was no good. I don't want that anymore. I want you to come and do what you need to do, and then I need you to leave. I don't need you to call them behind me. I don't need you to say where you're at. I don't need you know what I'm saying? I don't need to answer to anyone.
Well, was that more of where you were in life or more of who you were?
Both. Because I think it has to be a part of who you are already. You're not able to handle that if that's not who you
Yes.
are.
Yes. If
You get what I'm
You can't
saying?
be lying to yourself.
You can't be lying to yourself. And I even, to this day, when I've seen him, he's thanked me because I helped him with a test for a promotion at a job. But I always made sure he would never disrespect his wife in front of me.
Definitely.
He answered the call when she answered. If he had to
Definitely.
leave,
Definitely.
So
Definitely.
Hold on.
come on.
Definitely.
Come on.
Definitely.
Because one thing about it was you were going to respect her regardless
That's
of what
right.
we were
Wrong,
doing.
That's
wrong,
right.
wrong.
That's right.
I'm
That's
just
right.
telling
No, J
you.
Lott,
That's
she-
how a real woman
A
thinks.
real woman.
That's how a real woman thinks. You already
Yeah.
know what you
Come
get
on,
into.
I know
So
what
they're
I'm
afraid
saying.
of messing up
Let's
the
say it
look.
right.
Answer that
Let's
phone
say it
call.
right,
Because
though,
when you
messing
don't
around,
answer
man.
that phone call,
Don't
then
mess
they
with
get
a married woman.
suspicious and they start.
And it was
moving around
times he was
like
so
that.
disrespectful
So,
to her,
yes.
and he would get off the phone. I'm like, don't ever talk to her like that in front of me. Please.
Hey, fellas,
At the end of the day,
fellas.
she's a woman.
Please.
That's the kind of side
right.
chick you need.
That's right. I keep trying to tell them. Yes.
You can't
Yes.
get past that. You need that.
But a lot of women like
that
to be
kind
the
of support
side
in your
chick,
life.
though.
Was that?
A lot
It
of
just
women like
makes
to
it
like to.
easier
A lot of
without
women
the
like to be the
attachments
side
and stuff
chick.
like
Yeah.
that. You know, a lot of
They
people.
think it's swag.
A lot of people are afraid of falling in love, and if you get in a relationship with something like that, you don't have to worry about falling in love. You can just mess around and go on about
Yeah,
your business.
right.
So, therefore, that's when a lot of people do it. Like me, I'm afraid to be in love, so I'd rather be single.
Yeah.
Every time I think about being in love, you say something about loving me now, we can't be
No, we
friends.
can't be
Let's get. Let's get to know each other. Like, no, hold on.
It's a
Like,
scary thing for me to be in a relationship though, because I know the kind of guy I am.
yes.
But it's hard out here, man, being the guy I am.
Go back to that, son. You said it's scary for you to get into the relationship.
Yeah, because I know, man, I'm gonna get
So you've been hurt before.
I'm gonna put the uniform on. If I'm in a relationship, I'm putting the uniform on. I'm gonna be with you. But if you ain't gonna put that uniform on, we ain't play on the game. I used to tell my wife all the time, we a team.
That's right.
That's it.
Hey,
That's right.
God is the coach and the Bible is the playbook.
That's it.
But if you're not like that, then I mean,
you can mix the world because the thing is, my ex-wife went to church a lot. I was a spiritual person. I couldn't follow. I got to a point where I couldn't follow the Bible so much, but I could have a relationship with God still. So, can you have a relationship where you're following the church and you with somebody who doesn't?
No.
Does that work?
No. Because you're not on one accord.
Yeah.
You're unequally yoked.
Mm.
So spiritually, you're at two different levels. You can't be on the same, it can't work. It cannot work if you're not on the same.
But you can't beat that man. You can't beat that man up as a woman.
I'm not saying.
she going to church. She have to encourage you to come with her.
Yes.
Right.
Don't throw you away because you.
Right.
Oh, I'm better than you.
Now, look,
I didn't stop
No.
going to church because of, the Bible or anything like that.
Okay.
My reasons to stop going to church were because, the 5 minutes of going around and hug a church member and stuff, and women hold me a little too close, and I'm gonna hug you 3 times in this 5 minutes, and the collection plate time comes, and I'm this big old booty in a skirt walking by. I can't concentrate with all these titties and ass all over the place.
But here's the thing.
And then another church, I fell asleep.
Okay, so let me say this. I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. The problem is, it was because you were in a position, right? You put too many expectations. And what I'm gonna say is that because the reason being behind that is you thought you should act one way versus another way because you were in church. At the end of the day, you still flesh. We're still human. And guess what? We gonna sin regardless, because had we not, if we weren't gonna sin, he wouldn't have ever sent his son down.
But it might not.
This thing right here.
Yeah, God kind of knew
He
wasn't
knew.
never gonna get together. That's why he's.
Do you think?
Because I don't care what you say, I ain't never killing my own son for nobody
No,
else.
and but it was like out of obedience. He didn't even make you do it anyway. But not to get religious. The point of diet is that it was told to you to be one way when your flesh was going another way. Because at the end of the day, I'm still, even though I'm spiritual and I do go to church faithfully, I love him, praise him, whatever, I'm still here in this flesh at the end of the day. And I still see a good looking man when I see a good looking man.
Yeah.
You have to
But you have to be accordingly though.
Yeah, and that's
If you
what I'm
see
saying.
that man, you can't be like, oh.
I'm not gonna knock
you
down
can't
the
do that.
whole congregation.
Exactly.
I'm just not that kind of guy.
Yeah.
I could.
Yeah.
Now I can
Yeah.
run through all y'all.
Yeah.
No problem
Yeah.
at all. We can
Yeah.
shoot. We can do all on the same night.
Yeah.
The same bed, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to hurt hearts like that.
And you shouldn't.
That's a spiritual side of it.
That's the
Right. That's what I'm
spiritual
saying.
side
I'm
of it.
very more spiritual. Honestly, at the end when we talking about, we way off the topic, but
That's okay.
when we talk about that book, that Bible, I call it the book.
The book. Mhm.
That was man-made. Regardless of how you add it up. The Hebrew spirituals from way back in the day, don't nobody on this planet speak Hebrew, so we don't even know what those say.
So let me ask you this question. Even though it's man-made, then who, come on. hold on,
I'm with you.
hold on.
We there. Even though it's man-made,
Even though
there
it's
is
man-made,
divine
there is divine
touching into those
intervention,
words
yes, into those
that
words.
can't be
Because
lost no matter what.
Here's the thing. There's a divine something spiritually in you
Yeah.
that gives you your creativity.
That's
and
true.
it's not,
That's
Someone
true.
just told, it's not something that just told you.
That's true. That's why I put that book
Yeah.
to the side and started living through my own conversations with God.
And you can have your own conversation. But I'm gonna tell you the thing
God
about
can
the
be your
book is-
homeboy.
He has.
He can be your homeboy.
He
Look,
is.
everybody got their own relationship with God.
That's the
Everybody. Her relationship with God might be different from yours. My relationship might be different from yours. But it's still the same day that you don't wake up on your own.
Right.
But let me tell you about a book. Take the Bible off the book.
Okay.
Where are you going to research things at?
Honestly, when it comes to research, I don't trust any source, period.
So do you not
I-
Google anything?
That's the thing. I do my own research to what resources I have available, and I come up with my own conclusions.
I get that.
I don't trust.
But you still
what people
utilize
say. Right.
an avenue
That's from. Yeah.
no matter what it is. And
That's
to
true.
me, I look at the book as an avenue.
Understandable. I'm definitely not trying to cut anybody off
Oh,
from
no,
their
no, no.
beliefs.
No, no, no,
do
no.
your
Right.
role.
No.
I'm just giving my
Right.
perspective
That's
of
good.
it, about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It's something you just said made me wanna. I had something to say, but oh well. We'll keep it moving. This alcohol is flowing through.
You had your own relationship. You got your own relationship with God. That's the last thing I said.
No, it was something.
About him being hurt, probably.
No, it was
No?
it was on to the relationship
Okay.
part, but it was.
It is different.
So, does body count matter
What do you mean by body count?
Body count.
as far as the people you slept with
Yeah.
before you
Oh,
get
it
to
matters.
somebody?
So when you meet somebody new,
It matters.
like if you met somebody today, does their body count matter?
Yes.
Yeah, because you gotta
Because
clean your.
spiritually,
Yeah.
spiritually,
That's true.
when you're talking about your spiritual being, when you are interacting with someone else, you're taking what they have in addition to whomever they dealt with. It's baggage.
Yeah.
So you
Everybody
saying-
that
you
they've
saying it-
connected to is some way, shape, or form connected to your
Connected
energy.
to you and your energy now.
So you gotta
Yeah.
clean your book bag out, like I said.
Because you think about sometimes you find yourself doing some things some of your exes did, that means that attached to you. And you're like, girl, this is something Rod used to do, right?
Right.
You find yourself, this is something Tawana used to do.
But sometimes it can be a good thing though, because
I'm
you
not
learn
saying-
stuff from people, and you know,
I agree.
It makes you a better person. Like
I
I didn't
agree.
fuck up no damn more.
I agree.
So,
But there's some shit you get that ain't right.
That
though.
that's true.
And
too.
you were like, I don't even act like this. What is
Right.
Yeah, you do.
oh,
You have to clean that book bag out, baby, before you give it to somebody else.
But yeah.
All right. Top 5.
Ooh.
Top 5. Linda Lott. Top 5 R&B singers.
People are gonna hate me.
Uh-oh.
R. Kelly. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Look.
Aside from
That's a whole
him,
nother
personally,
Got nothing to do with that music.
it don't have nothing to do with the music.
Man, you know what?
You need to come back around to that.
We can come back to
We gonna
that.
start live with that.
Yeah, I like that.
Number 2 on.
Okay, so number 2, ooh, Joe.
Look, we not on the sexiest ones yet. We
Oh.
on the top 5 good singers.
Okay, so let me take Joe off of that then. Okay, so which, I don't know, but Joe can fit on both lists. I'm just gonna tell you that.
Right.
Okay, Casey and JoJo. Cause they're not sexy to me.
Oh.
They're not sexy to me.
I'm respecting everybody.
Come on. The Dales.
The damn.
Is the Dales
Yes.
with a baby face?
Ooh, with-
The deal.
Deals.
Okay.
Thank you. The Deals. How many is that? I gave 3.
That's
That's
four.
4.
That's 4. Oh, it's gonna be my final one. Oh, Jesus. Ah.
Look, there's one name that if it ain't on the list,
Oh my God!
we might have to kick
go,
you out
we're
tonight.
gonna have a whole fit. I'm gonna have a fit. Go ahead, but go ahead.
I don't
I'm gonna have a
know.
fit.
Now you put the pressure on me. You
Yeah,
know that,
man,
right?
you know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Now you're putting the pressure
Yeah.
on me.
Interviews
You're a
over,
woman.
everybody, and they look.
You're putting the pressure on me.
No, you
It's
good.
alcohol. I'm just telling you. Charge to the alcohol, not my heart. Okay. Oh, sorry. Number 5. You really give me the stare. You know that, right?
I'm looking like, oh my God, like this
And
thing.
look, I probably love with this dude more than she do, but yeah, I know how she feels.
Oh my gosh.
Guess give your top 5.
Yeah, I mean, it's your top 5. We don't.
But now, you know, that threw me off, right?
Yeah, we.
Can we come back to my 5th one, please?
Who you have?
Because she wasn't playing.
My top 5.
Is he for real?
I mean, my top 5, I said my first one was Usher.
Okay.
Second was Chris Brown.
You gotta give it up to them.
My third one was Anthony Hamilton.
Okay.
My fourth one was Music Soul Child.
You know, they don't have to be active singers, right?
Right.
They
Right.
can be just all.
And my last one was Maxwell.
Ooh.
I would have put Maxwell above music, though. Honestly. Because I honestly, when I think about Music Soul Child, every album that he put
It's the
out
same
is
to
just
me.
one long song.
Yep. It's the same.
It's just 3 different songs. I've heard 3 albums from him, so he's had 3 different songs in my.
Okay, I got
I
my
just
5th
like
one.
them though.
Al Green is my 5th one.
You tried hard, though.
No, but no, I had to.
I forgot about him. That's one of my favorites. I forgot about him.
I really
I was
like
in
both of
between-
y'all. Y'all was the best guest.
Yeah,
But I'm saying-
y'all listen.
I was in
to
between
that.
Al Green, Marvin Gaye,
And I forgot about
Teddy
them.
Pendergrass.
See, I forgot about all them because the question when he said but I could go on and on.
I love Gerald.
That's the name.
I know.
That's the name.
Ooh.
That's the name.
See,
That's number 1. Gerald
I love
is
to say,
number 1.
and I love
Gerald is
OJ's
number
too,
1,
though.
baby.
that's why I couldn't do
Because
top 5. I got to do a
He get it from
list.
his daddy.
I would have to do a list.
And he just, ooh.
He
Hey,
get it from his dad.
He get it from his daddy.
Yes, you can't tell that voice, so you got to really
So
listen.
you have to break it. You should have said old school, new school. That would have made it
that
better.
would have
All
put it.
time.
That would have pulled it. Because you do have newer
Yes.
artists that's some bangers
Yes.
that bring some heat.
Yeah.
But you got some old school that just.
I love old school though.
Because I can go with Isley Brothers. I can ride from here to coast to coast with some.
All right. What did I just say we had to come back to though? There was something. This alcohol.
The,
is too hard.
Hold on.
I need help.
Joe.
No, the relationship. It was
No,
It was Joe.
What she said.
Joe.
I said
Oh, you
Joe.
said
No,
the
R.
sex.
Kelly.
Oh, R.
Yeah,
Kelly.
yeah,
R.
yeah,
Kelly.
that's
That's
So
what
that
I
make
said.
it the top.
Came a long way from the project always. Posted at the store trapping out every day. Ain't had no handouts, I made my own way. They love when I'm down, now I'm 4 pockets straight. My plug hit my line, it's a major play. I put on for my city in a strong way. Day one, serve my enemies when they rob me. Got the money back and got it back the next day. Stitch by stitch, I ripped it. Brick by brick, I built this. Lick by lick, I hit it. Hit by hit, that's my ticket. My people hurt my feelings in the worst way. Why they wanna kill me in my birthplace? I'm living every day like it's my last day. I came up out the mud out here having my way. Stitch by stitch, I ripped it. Brick by brick, I built this. Lick by lick, I hit it. Hit by hit, that's my ticket. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Situation really made me tighten up. Same time though, I done sold the block up. My haters can't watch me run the bag up. Get the second, watch me run it like Barry Sanders. I'm with the ice cream and they can't stand us. I got about that wheelchair and ran my bands up. I'm a young black CEO, wanna come up. Stitch by stitch, I ripped it. Brick by brick, I built this. Lick by lick, I hit it. Hit by hit, that's my ticket. My people hurt my feelings in the worst way. Why they wanna kill me in my birthplace? I'm living every day like it's my last day. I came up out the mud out here having my way. Stitch by stitch, I ripped it. Brick by brick, I built this. Leg by leg, I hit it. Hit by hit, that's my ticket. My people hurt my feelings in the worst way. Why they wanna kill me in my birthplace? I'm living every day like it's my last day. I came up out the mud out here having my way. Out here having my way.